Welcome to the deep dive. Look, if you're searching for a serious edge, like a real shortcut to getting up to speed on the future of development, you're absolutely in the right place. Just imagine for a second getting your own AI apps running, maybe like a custom ChatGPT thing, or, designing unique images just from typing something out, or even writing code, like complex stuff, just using plain English. And here's the really wild part, doing all of that without paying a single cent. Seriously, this isn't some far-off future thing. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
And it's free.
It really is accessible now. I mean, think about it. We're in 2025, and AI, well, it's not just for researchers or huge companies anymore. It's practically like a keyboard shortcut away for, anyone with an idea. Now, okay, diving in can feel a bit like wandering through this maze, right? Models, APIs, repos, all that stuff. But that's what this deep dive is for. We've basically done the heavy lifting. We've gone through and picked out a list of the most useful, zero-cost, totally free or freemium AI tools and platforms, stuff designed to actually help you.
Right. So our mission today is pretty simple, really. We want to equip you with your own powerful AI toolkit. This isn't just about knowing what exists. It's about you being able to build apps faster, smarter, maybe even cooler. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned dev writing docs or just curious about what's next in DevTools. Okay, so let's unpack this. We should probably kick things off with what a lot of people think is kind of the reigning champ of open text models right now, Mistral 7B. What makes Mistral such a star, especially for its size?
Well, the thing about Mistral 7B, yeah, especially for being relatively small, is it hits the sweet spot of speed and honestly surprising smarts. Performs really well for a 7 billion parameter model. And what's really powerful, I think, is that it's open source. So this means you can self-host it. Use tools like Ollama, maybe, bring the AI completely into your own setup, or even run it right in your browser with something like LM Studio. That gives you total control over your data, your infrastructure. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that level of control is massive. And it's not just Mistral, is it? I mean, this whole open source space for, general thinking models seems to be really exploding.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, when you talk general reasoning, Meta's LangChain 3, both the 8B and the bigger 7DB versions, they're really setting a new standard fast. It's fascinating, actually, because LangChain 3 is genuinely competing with closed models like GPT-4 on a bunch of tasks, but it's completely free to run. You can grab it on Hugging Face or try it on Perplexity Labs. And if you think about the bigger picture, right, its openness and how good it is makes it perfect for, say, solid code generation or writing detailed docs or building these powerful chatbots you can tweak yourself, all without those API bills piling up. And then there's Google's Gemma, too. That one's specifically optimized for edge devices, so it's designed to be lightweight, which makes it super effective for putting AI into mobile apps or offline apps, even on gear that doesn't have a ton of processing power.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, I think, especially for anyone who's maybe tired of juggling API keys or, worrying about cloud stuff going down. Our first dev hack, if you want to run these ChatGPT-style models totally locally, like complete privacy, predictable performance, the tool you really need is Ollama. How does Ollama actually manage that? It sounds complex, setting up these big models locally. How does it simplify it so much?
Ollama is, it's a game changer. It really is. Because it sort of hides all that underlying complexity. Normally, you'd be messing with CUDA drivers, model weights, setting up environments. It's a whole thing. With Ollama, you pretty much just install Ollama on your Mac or whatever the equivalent is, then Ollama run Mistral. It just handles everything. Downloading the model, setting up a local server. It makes getting started incredibly easy. And it supports, a whole range of models, Llama, Mistral, CodeLLaMA. You can mix and match them. Oh, and here's a quick tip that really makes it nice. Pair Ollama with LM Studio. LM Studio gives you this really great desktop chat interface. So you can talk to your local models without writing any code at all.
Huh. That's a really powerful combination. So this brings up a specific question for developers then. What about AI tools really built for coding? Not just general text, but actual code itself.
Right, yeah. If you're looking for an AI pair programmer, but, don't want to burn through expensive API tokens, CodeLLaMA 13D is a great option. Or CodeGemma. What makes them stand out is they've been trained specifically on huge amounts of code. So they're optimized for things like smart code completion.
Yeah.
Generating documentation right from your code base, which is amazing. Or even refactoring your existing code, like improving its structure or performance. They really get the nuances of programming.
That sounds invaluable for anyone developing software. And it seems like it gets even better for the whole workflow, right? Cursor IDE, I've heard about that. It's like VS Code, but it has this built-in AI that feels like Copilot, but like supercharged.
Yeah,
And you can plug in your own local model. That seems huge for privacy and just tweaking it how you want.
exactly.
And for the really adventurous folks, people wanting to push the limits of like autonomous development, open devin. That's not just generating code snippets, right? It's more like an AI agent that can plan, write code, and even run complex tasks with barely any human input.
Yep.
A powerful, open alternative to some of those commercial AI agents coming out.
And that actually brings us neatly to our second dev hack, which ties right into that idea of local, powerful coding assistants. So think about this. Pair LM Studio, which we mentioned, has that great UI with CodeLLaMA. What you get is a complete, robust, offline coding assistant. It's actually fascinating how seamless it makes it. You just download LM Studio, pull in the CodeLLaMA model, and then you can literally ask it things like, refactor this TypeScript function to use async await, or maybe write me a Python script that can parse this JSON log file. And boom, it gives you the code right there. It's an incredibly powerful setup for developing locally, keeps your code safe, keeps your workflow smooth.
Wow, that's a level of independence I think most developers have probably dreamed about. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked text, we've talked code. What about the visual side? Images, multimodal stuff. What's out there for free?
Yeah, for image generation, SDXL Stable Diffusion XL is really a breakthrough. It's quite amazing. It lets you create really high quality AI images, logos, maybe even app icons. And again, you can run it fully offline, which is a massive plus, or use these really user-friendly web interfaces like Invoke AI or ComfyUI. The creative potential is just endless, really, and importantly, totally free to just play around with. And moving beyond static images, there's LVA. That stands for Language Plus Vision Assistant. LV is excellent for analyzing things you can see like screenshots, UI mockups, diagrams. So think about developers needing to quickly understand visual data, maybe generate code directly from a UI sketch someone drew. That's where LVA comes in. And then for video, Picolab is still in beta, I think, but it's a really powerful AI video generator. You can whip up quick UI demos, animated flows, even onboarding screens just by typing prompts. Saves a ton of time compared to traditional animation.
Okay, so this is cool. If you want to actually build your own AI assistant, maybe tailor it to your specific project or team needs, here's a bonus hack. It sounds like it makes these complex integrations way simpler. Flowise AI, it's free, open source, low code, helps you connect models like Llama and stuff from Hugging Face with different APIs. How does Flowise actually make that easier?
What's really noteworthy about Flowise AI is its drag and drop interface. That's the key. It basically lets you visually map out and build complex AI applications. It acts like a bridge, connecting the AI models you choose, LeMA, whatever, with external things like data sources or other services. So you can easily pull in stuff from, say, SerpAI for search results, or Pinecone if you need a vector database for long-term memory, even Google Sheets. The real power is customizing it. Like building an internal chatbot maybe to triage GitHub issues, or automatically answer questions based on your documentation, or even hook it straight into Slack for real-time team support. It really puts custom AI solutions within reach, even if you're not like a deep back-end programmer.
So there you have it then. If we kind of connect all these dots, look at the bigger picture. What we've just laid out for you is essentially an entire AI dev toolbox, a comprehensive one. And the incredible part really is that everything we've talked about today is either totally free or you can run it locally on your own machine. That gives you unprecedented control and obviously saves a lot of money. If you're building applications, any kind of application, this isn't just like an interesting trend. It's really the moment to level up your whole workflow without spending a dime.
Yeah, the trend is just undeniable. This accessibility in AI is accelerating like crazy, and hopefully we've given you the actual tools to jump in right now. So for your final provocative thought, something to kind of chew on, imagine building an entire AI side project from scratch, something genuinely intelligent, useful, but with absolutely no back-end server you have to manage, no traditional database setup, and zero dependency on a paid OpenAI API key. Just think about what that means for like super rapid prototyping and, well, true innovation.
Absolutely. Yeah, the possibilities really feel boundless when you combine this kind of free accessibility with your own ideas and creativity. So keep coding smart. Definitely stay curious and keep stacking up those amazing free skills.